Do you ever find yourself measuring your self-worth in the contents of an online shopping cart? It's that quiet, nagging voice in the back of your mind. The one that seems to get louder whenever you think about spending money. Money that doesn't come from a paycheck that has your name on it. It's a feeling so common, yet so isolating, that it binds millions of women across Canada in a silent sisterhood of anxiety. In our community, we have a name for it. We call it the freeloader feeling. And it's not just about the big purchases, is it? It doesn't just show up when you're thinking about a family vacation or a new sofa. It's a master of disguise, seeping into the smallest, most mundane moments of your day. It's the hesitation before you say yes to lunch with friends, as your brain instantly does the mental gymnastics of calculating the cost of a salad and a coffee. It's the almost invisible flinch when your child outgrows their shoes. Again, it's that sharp, biting pang of guilt when your husband buys you a thoughtful gift, and your very first thought isn't thank you, but a silent, anxious whisper of, "This must have been expensive." I've read countless stories on forums like Reddit from women just like us. A mother in a small town in Saskatchewan described it as feeling like she had to justify her existence with every grocery bill. Another from a condo in downtown Vancouver shared that she would transfer money from her husband's account to her own and feel a wave of shame so intense, she'd immediately want to transfer it back. It's a sensation that can make you feel like a guest in your own home. A sense that you constantly need to earn your keep, to prove your value, to be a good investment, every single day. In our space today, we are going to do more than just acknowledge this feeling. We are going to drag it out into the light. We will dissect it, challenge it, and put it on trial. We will act as judge and jury. Because while what you are experiencing is incredibly real, it does not reflect the truth of your value. Not even close. So, where does a feeling this powerful, this pervasive, even come from? It wasn't there on your graduation day, clutching that hard-earned degree, filled with boundless optimism. It certainly wasn't there when you landed your first real job, opened your first RRSP, and felt that incredible surge of pride and independence with your first paycheck. No, this idea was planted in us, quietly, systematically, over decades. Most of us were raised on a steady diet of a specific brand of feminism. The message was clear and unwavering. Work hard. Earn your own money. Be independent. A woman's value, we were taught, was intrinsically tied to her financial autonomy. That was the formula we were given for a life of worth and dignity. And for a time, we lived that formula. We built careers. We managed projects. We earned respect. We had our own bank accounts, our own savings, our own distinct financial identity. We never had to think twice about buying a book, signing up for a yoga class, or treating a friend to dinner. And then, life, in all its beautiful, messy, unpredictable complexity, unfolded. We fell in love. We built a partnership. We decided to start a family. And we took our mat leave, fully intending, for the most part, to return to the careers we had built. But for so many of us, as that year of payments dwindled, we were confronted with a stark, unavoidable reality. The math just didn't make sense. And that temporary leave, slowly, quietly, became a new, permanent reality. This transition isn't just a simple career shift. For many, it is a profound identity crisis. A seismic shift in how you see yourself and how you believe the world sees you. You go from being Sarah, the marketing manager from Vancouver, to just a mom. It's what you find yourself saying at parties when a stranger asks that dreaded, 5-word question. So, what do you do? Your carefully curated LinkedIn profile becomes a digital time capsule, gathering dust. You scroll through it sometimes, like a visitor in a museum of a past life. You see former colleagues and friends hitting career milestones, getting promotions, leading teams, posting about their latest conference in Montreal. And a complex cocktail of emotions washes over you. Genuine pride for them, mixed with a quiet, sharp grief for the self you used to be. Let me be absolutely clear. This grief is valid. The loss of that professional identity, of that daily financial independence, is a legitimate form of trauma. It's a loss of a part of yourself. And the freeloader feeling is a direct, painful symptom of that trauma. Now, with that foundation understood, let's build your first line of defense. It's not emotional. It is a shield of pure, cold, hard logic. It is the business case for your role. Because your choice to stay at home, it likely wasn't a choice born of emotion or a lack of ambition. For the vast majority of us living in or near a Canadian city, it was the most sound, logical, and financially responsible move a family could make. Let's do the daycare math. Not with vague estimates, but with real numbers from 2025. Let's start with the big one, childcare costs. According to the Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives, even with the national $10 a day program rolling out, the reality on the ground is often far different. Wait lists are years long, and licensed spots are scarce. So, what are the actual market rates? If you live in Burnaby, you could be looking at daycare costs of around $2,100 a month. In the GTA, the average for an infant spot is still stubbornly high, often closer to $1,900. Even in Calgary, a city once known for its affordability, you can easily pay $1,500 a month. For our example, let's stick with the Toronto area. $1,900 a month. That's $22,800 a year. That's post-tax money coming directly out of your family's pocket. Now, let's attach a salary to the job you might have had. Let's say a respectable, hard-earned $70,000 a year. A great salary. But what does that actually mean in your bank account? In Ontario, after federal and provincial income taxes, CPP, and aid deductions, your take-home pay is roughly $52,000, or about $4,300 a month. So, you take your $52,000, you subtract the $22,800 for daycare, and you're left with $29,200. But the calculation doesn't stop there. Not even close. We still haven't factored in the significant and often underestimated hidden costs of holding that job. The commute.
Knowing that his friends were waiting
Whether it's
for
a
him
GO train
just
pass
beyond
from
the
Mississauga
whispering
or
waterfall.
gas and parking downtown, that can easily be $300 or $400 a month. Buying lunch and coffees because you were too exhausted in the morning to pack one? Let's be conservative and say that's another $200. The professional wardrobe, the dry cleaning, the occasional after-work team event. It all accumulates. Conservatively, that's another $7,000 to $8,000 a year just to facilitate the act of working. Suddenly, your net contribution from that $70,000 salary is dwindling. It's closer to $20,000 a year, or about $1,600 a month. And that is the reward for all the stress, all the juggling, all the frantic mornings and exhausted evenings. The missed school concerts and sick days spent in a state of sheer panic, trying to coordinate care. You didn't quit your job. You assessed the data like a CFO. And you made a CEO-level decision to save your household over $20,000 in direct, out-of-pocket costs, and an unquantifiable amount in logistical and emotional stress. It wasn't a surrender. It was a brilliant, strategic business decision. Now, let's discuss the job you actually perform.
It's all right, darling.
The one
Go
that
to sleep
operates
now.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The one with no weekends, no sick days, no performance bonuses, and no paycheck. Society has a gentle, almost dismissive word for it: homemaking. It sounds quaint. It sounds simple. It is anything but. Let's call it what it truly is: the most demanding, multifaceted management role on the planet. If your family had to hire a team of professionals to replace your daily functions, what would that annual invoice look like? Think about it. You're not just one person. You are a dozen specialists rolled into one. You are the private chef and nutritionist, planning and preparing 3 healthy meals a day, plus snacks. You are the house manager and head of janitorial services. You are the chauffeur, running a complex schedule of school runs, activities, and appointments. You are the early childhood educator, fostering development, reading stories, and helping with homework. You are the family's procurement officer, managing all purchasing from groceries to light bulbs. You are the on-call nurse for fevers, scraped knees, and midnight stomach bugs. You are the resident psychologist, managing tantrums, mediating sibling disputes, and providing a constant source of emotional support. This isn't hyperbole. Reputable economic studies, like those famously conducted by Salary.com, consistently estimate the market value of a stay-at-home mom's work. The number, when you calculate the hours and the market rates for each of these roles, consistently lands at over $180,000 a year. Let that number sink in for a moment. You are not unemployed. You are the CEO, the CFO, and the COO of a complex, high-stakes, endlessly demanding organization. Your contribution is not invisible. It is simply and unjustly unpaid. It is the foundational work upon which your partner's paid career is built. But acknowledging our value doesn't erase the fear. Because there is a tangible financial loss in this choice. And it is absolutely critical that we look at it squarely, without flinching. Because this is where the deep-seated, legitimate fear comes from. It's the silent financial erosion that no one prepares you for. Every single year you are out of the paid workforce is a year you are not getting that 4 or 5% RRSP matching from an employer. Let's make that real. If you were making $70,000, that's up to $3,500 of free money vanished into thin air. Every year, that's money that would have been invested, compounding year after year. Over just 5 years, that's a direct loss of $17,500, which could have grown to over $25,000 with modest market returns. It's a year with zero or minimal contributions to your Canada pension plan. And while the government's child-rearing provision is helpful, allowing you to exclude low-earning years, it doesn't fully replace a lifetime of robust contributions. This directly and significantly impacts the amount of guaranteed income you will have in your senior years. And then there's the resume gap. That growing blank space on your LinkedIn profile that can feel like a brand of shame in a world obsessed with linear career progression. It fuels that terrifying, whispering fear that loops in your head late at night. Could I even get a decent job now? If I had to? Are my skills even relevant anymore? It's a fear of becoming financially trapped. This vulnerability is not irrational. It is not an exaggeration. It is a logical, calculated risk that you have taken on behalf of your family. And it is precisely
As you
why
can
you
see,
need
the projected
and
growth is
deserve
quite
a
strong.
financial plan
Any
that is
questions before we
yours
sign?
and yours alone.
No, that all makes sense.
So,
Excellent.
after all of this, what is the path forward? It begins with something simple, yet revolutionary. It begins with language, both in your home and, more importantly, inside your own head. There is no his money. There is only our money. There is family money. You are an equal partner contributing immense, quantifiable economic value. You are not an employee who needs to justify her expenses. You are not a line item on a family budget spreadsheet. You are the other half of the economic engine. The antidote to dependency is autonomy. And the first step toward autonomy isn't opening a complex investment account or hiring a financial advisor. The first step is a quiet revolution inside your own mind. It is the conscious, deliberate decision to believe everything we have just discussed. To fully and truly internalize your own worth, separate from a paycheck. To know in your bones that you are not a freeloader, but the bedrock of your family's success. The second step? It is to translate that belief into concrete, tangible action. To create something that is unapologetically yours. Something that doesn't require a committee meeting, a budget review, or a spousal sign-off. It's about taking back a small piece of control. I've seen it happen. I've read the stories. A mom in Halifax who started by selling her kids' outgrown clothes on Facebook Marketplace and funneled every dollar into a Wealth-Simple account. A woman in Kelowna who opened her first TFSA and set an auto deposit of just $10 every Friday. It wasn't about the amount. It was about the act, the consistency, the statement she was making to herself. I am taking care of my own future. This is why her secret stash exists. This is our entire mission. In our upcoming videos, we will move from the why to the how. How to open that first TFSA. How to find those first $25. How to build your freedom fund. Your security fund. Your peace of mind fund. If you are ready to stop asking for permission and start building your stash. If you are ready to reclaim your financial identity, then subscribe and join our space. You are not undervalued. And you are not alone.